Now the question is if it will click for the Congress. This is the particular question. Caste census seems to be one of the major focuses, one of the major narratives of the INDIA bloc. And what the biggest question of the hour is for the particular bloc, especially in the states that it will be fighting elections in the upcoming ones, the 5 states, we have to see. The question remains that whether it will click for the Congress, the caste census narrative that they're constantly bringing up. Remember, Rahul Gandhi in his rallies across states has recently brought up this caste census matter. The narrative has been started by him, wherein he has raised the point of Jitni Abadi Utni Haq. That is the slogan that he has started. And there have been questions by the BJP regarding this particular slogan that has been started by Rahul Gandhi, this call for a caste census. And remember, before we get into what the BJP has slammed the Congress for with this particular line, remember that Bihar has meanwhile come in with a caste census already. And there are other states now, like Rajasthan, which is one of the poll-bound states, which is now coming up, which has now also said that they will be coming up with a caste census as well. Ashok Gehlot, the chief minister there, has announced this previously. And when we go into the entire debate, the war of words that has been going on regarding caste census, we've heard the Prime Minister as well take a jibe at the opposition bloc regarding this caste census, and they've questioned whether reservation will only be based on this particular minorities, that they are saying will the people who deserve certain resources, deserve access to certain resources, then not receive it. Now we have Pallavi Ghosh from CNN News 18 joining us on this broadcast. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. Well, to begin with, the particular breaking input that we have, the question of the hour that we have is whether caste census is to work for Congress or not in the upcoming polls.
Well, I mean, tough to say that, but certainly I think these elections could be a deciding factor on whether it's clicked for the Congress party, because, while the Congress has tried to give maximum number of tickets to the backwards, SC, ST, it's not always worked out that way. And the second thing is, and in many states like Chhattisgarh, by default, because of a substantial amount of OBC/SC, ST population, that benefit really goes to these backward communities. So the challenges are many for the Congress. First of all, as we have been reporting, leader after leader has made the point that please don't give tickets to the OBCs and SC/STs because you want to prove a point. Don't give it for the heck of it. Winnability should become a very, very important criteria. So getting those candidates would be a huge challenge. Second, in states, since there's not much of time, in states like Madhya Pradesh, which is a do or die election for the Congress, I think they've dangled the base of the caste census precisely for this, which is why it comes as no surprise that just on the footsteps of Bihar, even the Rajasthan chief minister has announced a caste survey. He's given that order and that notification is already out. In other states like Chhattisgarh, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra herself has made that announcement that caste survey will be done in case we come back to power. I think once the statistics are out, after the election results are out, in terms of what has been the swing factor, whether the OBCs, SCs have been convinced by this OBC obsession by the Congress party, we'll get a greater clarity on whether the experiment has been successful and how much will it actually be used for the 2024 Lok Sabha election by the other alliance partners.
Right, Pallavi. Pallavi, we also have Kamalika Sengupta joining us on the broadcast right now. Kamalika, a very good morning to you as well. Well, if we come to you with the elections that are to be held in the state polls that are to be held in Mizoram, what more details can you give us regarding that particular campaign? What exactly does the campaign look like, and what all are the issues that they are flagging off?
See, Mizoram is a state which is located in northeast India, and here probably the all the other factors which generally will go nationwide may not actually go for here. Here there are 40 seats, and here MNF, Mizo National Front, the fight is between MNF and Congress. If we see 2018, then out of 40 seats, 26 seats went to the MNF and they formed the government. Obviously, there's a NDA support also. And there, this was the last election in 2018. There was none of the states of Northeast Congress had actually any foothold. So that is a very, which puts the Congress anyway in backseat. But this time, Mizoram is definitely going to see another big issue, and probably the only one issue which is going to affect everyone in Mizoram and also in Manipur. The conflict in Manipur is going to influence Mizoram, and that's the big story with Mizoram, which we'll have to really follow. Because in Manipur, there the Kuki and the Zo communities are there. Some Mizos are also there. Now, Zoram Thangma, Chief Minister of MNF, he openly supported the Kukis, people who live in the valleys who are not Metis. The fight is between Metis and Kukis, as we all know. And there, Zoram Thangma also went out with rallies against the Manipur government. Now, that is a very important factor where, this Kuki Mizo, which has a considerable amount of population in Mizoram, and right now the Kuki and the Mizos of Manipur are also getting, some of them are getting shelter in Mizoram. They are actually taking Aizawl route to go to Delhi and other places. So this Kuki Mizo factor, which way they will go, that is very important, and obviously that is going to be the main election issue here in Mizoram.
Right, Kamalika. Kamalika, do stay with us. I will right now go back to Pallavi. Pallavi, coming back to you, especially if we are to break it down, break the state polls and just go state by state, I will come to you with Rajasthan now. With regards to Rajasthan, another very crucial factor that we have seen brewing in Rajasthan is the entire pilot Gehlot conflict, the rift that has been created in Rajasthan. What more can you tell us about whether at all there might be a truce between the two factions as they are heading towards the state polls?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if you have noticed in the last few days, Gehlot and Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot may not be seen together everywhere, but certainly there seems to be a truce and not making any public comments against each other. In fact, earlier this week, there was a core group meeting of Rajasthan Congress. And if you look at those pictures, Sachin Pilot was very much a part of that core group meeting, despite the fact he's just an MLA, but he's now very much a part of the campaign committee. But these things are very often seen as photo opportunities and optics. On the ground, whether that bonhomie is going to be there between the Gehlot supporters and the Pilot supporters. Now, look, for argument's sake, if you're going to look at, say, a possible win for the Congress party in Rajasthan, who is then going to become the CM? The Congress has opted for the safe option of not announcing a CM face. They usually do that, but in this case, even more so. But Gehlot supporters would certainly want him to become the chief minister if the Congress comes back to power. But the Sachin Pilot camp is also eagerly waiting to watch that what has been promised, assured to us, whether that is going to be implemented. I think the biggest sticky point which is likely to emerge is on ticket distribution once again. See, the power of an MLA or power of a leader comes in from the large number of tickets he or she is able to ensure. If Pilot is able to reassure his camp that I can still call the shots and my word has its way, then it is a reassuring situation for his supporters in terms of becoming a possible CM. But Gehlot, as a sitting chief minister, would certainly want that he calls the shots and has the maximum say as to the ticket distribution is concerned. So I'm going to look at those few days very, very carefully to see whether the truce that we all are talking about is actually working on the ground.